Annette Lowe has been serious about the business of redeeming coupons for about 7 years. She spends about 12 hours a week to save 40% on the average grocery bill.
If you can save, every dollar helps. Every dollar. So yeah, I find it to be a huge difference.
Canadians from coast to coast to coast are looking to offset rising inflation however they can. Prices on everything from food to electricity and home heating to transportation are squeezing family budgets. Welder Peter Wickett and his family have reduced dining out and changed their outlook.
Before we were making changes so that we could save up for our future, and today that's not something that we even look at anymore. Downgrading vehicles is our next possibility.
Kayla Rukin says big life decisions like starting a family are that much harder to make.
It's scary to take on anything else. So you're very trapped in kind of what you have and just maintaining that. There's not really any moving forward.
Insolvency experts say more Canadians are facing the prospect of not being able to pay their bills. Their best advice is to tackle higher interest debt like credit cards as a priority.
Try to get rid of them as quickly as possible and put them away until you can resolve the situation. Involve your family members in your financial discussions. So, you know, one partner's not out spending, well, you're trying to save money or trying to get rid of debt.
And brace yourself, as no one knows for sure when inflation will start to cool. Carolyn Dunn, CBC News, Calgary.
Okay, now we are going to bring in senior business correspondent Peter Armstrong because, Peter, all of this uncertainty about when the inflation rate might cool, where could this all go from here?
Well, there are some bank economists who seem to think that the rate of growth of inflation may have actually peaked in March, that gas prices are down from last month, and there is this kind of sense out there that maybe we've reached the top of the mountain. But look, it's important to remember, even once that does begin to slow, it's not like prices fall. They'll merely continue to climb just at a slower rate. So all these high prices, they are the new normal. And remember, higher income Canadians, they can weather inflation for longer. Lower income Canadians cannot. This is very real. It's hitting life necessities and making families to make some really tough decisions.
Right, and so is Canada doing enough to kind of keep everything under control?
Look, I think that's kind of the most important question out of all of this, because we know a lot of what's going on is being driven by global factors, an increase in borrowing costs here in Canada. That's not going to unclog the ports of Los Angeles or Shanghai. That higher interest rates aren't going to drag down the global price of oil or address droughts in South America. But look at today's numbers. They're way more broad-based than just oil or shipping, car prices, furniture, rent, of course, home prices. So the pressure is on the Bank of Canada to act. And remember, the Bank of Canada wants rates back to what it calls neutral, somewhere between 2 and 3%. And anything short of that is stimulus. It's juicing the economy and juicing prices too.
Peter Armstrong, thank you, sir.
You bet.